Our third panelist is Phoebe Audak, who works for Basecamp Research. Occasionally, science and the world of adventure overlap, and I'll leave Phoebe to tell you about that.
Hi there. So I'm maybe going to start with something that this audience doesn't need hammered home to them, which is the importance of proteins. So I think without the discovery of Taq polymerase, we'd all still be sitting adding new polymerase into our PCR machines at every cycle. And so that same transformation that thermostability provided for the molecular biology fields, new proteins are offering to medicines or therapeutics, which are the same thing, or materials or food industries. And so Basecamp Research is trying to work on this. It's a really exciting field, but it's a bit of a wild west where these proteins are coming from. And there's three major problems with the protein sourcing that's happening right now. One is that they're not coming from a representative sample of the genomes out there. So there's an estimated 1 trillion species on this planet Earth. And in NCBI, 2/3 of all of the sequencing reads come from 12 species. And I bet you can guess some of the heavy hitters there. So number two, and maybe most importantly, they're not meaningfully linked back to the biodiversity sites from which these proteins have come. And third, they're dropped into sort of categorical lists. And some of the really important relationships are lost. And so what Basecamp Research is doing differently is building a global supply chain from all biomes, and really importantly, making a link between the biodiversity guardians and the biodiversity hotspots and the biotechnology industry. So we're guided by the Nagoya Protocol. Any commercial success that we find, we share back in the form of royalties and in the form of data sharing and in the form of capacity building. And so finally, I think biologists intuitively understand the importance of networks, from food webs to gene networks. And so we're really excited that we're organizing all of our biological data in a graph database and applying novel graph algorithms to really understand and drive insights around function that otherwise we might miss. So this global supply chain is something we're really excited about. And we have a field team, which I'm leading, which is comprised of Antarctic ice divers and experts in off-grid molecular biology, sort of the adventure that Ian was alluding to. So I think we're really nailing it on the anything, anywhere. But what we're excited about moving forward is changing this focus to anyone. So instead of our field team helicoptering around the world, we're building up partner labs in country with the people who are actually there guarding this biodiversity, to have them join us on the exploration and hopefully find novel proteins, but also develop more of an understanding of the biodiversity that they are taking care of. And so we're really excited about how far we've come thus far. These slides were submitted in April, so they're out of date already. But as of April, we had 68 expeditions across 19 countries that have covered over 40% of the world's biomes. And this has led to our graph database having over 2 billion relationships, and in terms that maybe make more sense, that's 4 times the diversity of NCBI and 3 times the size of UniProt. And thanks to the long reads of Nanopore, our assemblies are 5 times longer than those on Magnify. So we're really excited about this. This might have come across a bit like an ad for Basecamp, and I hope instead it can be an ad for nature, and the concept that so many global problems are out there that nature, 4 billion years of evolution, have already solved. And so hopefully we can work together to find the answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoebe.